Hey, what's up? It's time to feel alive. Now, I know this game is 5 years old, but I couldn't find any videos when I was trying to figure out a good way to farm money before the Elite Four in this game, so I decided to make one myself. This is my current daily route to farm money in Let's Go. To start, we're going to fly to Fuchsia City to collect the nugget from the Diglett in this house here. Using Eevee to push aside the block, we can talk to Diglett and get the guaranteed daily respawn of a nugget. Next up, we're going to fly to Pewter City. I'd recommend using a quick ride mon so we can get through this faster. Talk to this lady here and chill with her Slowpoke for a bit. Here we're going to collect a daily respawn of a Big Pearl. With that in the bag, we're going to fly over to Lavender Town. Run straight into the Pokemon Tower and we're going to go up floor by floor, grabbing the item that spawns on each floor. These aren't guaranteed to spawn, so you can check with Eevee's wiggling tail to see if it's there. For me, it is. Here is the location of the first item, the Pearl. On the next floor, the item is up at the top, and it is a star piece. You're going to see if Eevee's tail wiggles coming up to it, you'll be able to find it. You can actually just skip coming up to the top and run alongside the graves just below it to see if Eevee's tail wiggles. It should wiggle around here. If it does, maybe come back through on the way back down and grab it on the way out. But don't forget it, because the star piece is the most expensive item you can sell. On this floor, we can see that there's a super potion here, if you're lucky enough to get it. I mean, not really lucky, considering it's not exactly the most expensive item you can sell. This floor, there is an item just down here, usually. Behind that grave, you can see my Eevee's tail was wiggling there, so I know it's there. I come and grab it. If your Eevee's tail doesn't wiggle, don't bother. The Big Pearl usually sells for a decent amount. And on the last floor, we have the PP Up. I don't usually get this one to spawn, it's not very common for me, I don't know why, but if it does, it's worth grabbing because you can sell it for a decent chunk. Once you've made your way out of the Pokemon Tower, we're going to continue our flight over to Vermilion City, doing a sort of spiral shape around the map. Once you're here, come and stand in front of this lady. If there is an item behind her, your Eevee's tail will wag, as you can see mine's doing, and we'll grab that in a minute. But first, we're going to go and surf across this gap, because I think it's a little bit quicker than going around, and come down here and talk to Mina to battle her. Definitely worth doing this battle, as you can get a decent bit of cash out of it. I'd recommend using a mon with Payday. I've forgotten to put mine out front, but I do have a Persian here that does have it. It's worth having your Payday Pokemon at level 100 because Payday pays out 5 times the amount of your Pokemon's level, I think. So I should get 500 Pokédollars from each kill, giving me an extra 1,000 at the end. I kind of spammed through it there, but you should have seen it, and you should have also seen that I got a bottle cap from that, which we can sell for a decent chunk too. This is the only redoable battle that you can do in this game. I had defeated all the other trainers possible on every route, so this is the only one I can come back and spam Payday on. Now I'm going to grab this item that's behind this lady, trying not to talk to her, which I failed at, and there it is, another Big Pearl. We're into the last 2 final stretches here. We're going to come up through Route 6 and see if there is a rare candy in this spot here. My Eevee's tail isn't wiggling, so there's no item today, but this usually does respawn, and you can sell rare candy for I think 5k, so not bad. We're going to come through this tunnel now and pick up any items that have respawned on the floor. These are randomized, but there is one guaranteed nugget in here, so definitely worth coming through here even if you don't pick up every item. The items on the floor can also randomize to be more nuggets, which is really worth grabbing if you have the time. If not, just grab the nugget. I'm not entirely sure if the spots where things respawn are guaranteed, so I just sort of do a snaking motion going up to see if anything spawns. The spot where the nugget spawns is actually guaranteed, so we'll always come and grab it from here. I got kind of unlucky with the things that I picked up from this little travel through here. Usually I'll get like maybe a Big Pearl or an extra nugget or something like that, but today just pretty wings and potions. We're going to take a quick trip through Saffron City. Rather than flying, I think this is just quicker. Getting on my Dodrio and running through. We can get to the other underground tunnel on Route 8. And doing the same thing as we did before, we're going to do a sort of snaking motion to get through here and picking up any items we find on the way. Another pretty wing. Great. Usually you'll get like a Big Pearl or something like that out of here. We'll see what I find today. Just pretty wings for days. So, I got absolute garbage from that run through, to be honest. I promise, you usually do get better items than that. I've gotten up to like 5 nuggets, maybe a couple big pearls as well, coming through this on one run. So definitely worth doing those, but just not today. One of the last places we're going to go is Celadon City and the Game Corner. There's 6 items in here which we can pick up, and you can actually save in front of these and reset until you get something good. Usually you're going to get like quick candies, health candies. It'll either be candies or berries, but if you're patient enough, you can reset until you get a PP up or a PP max or even a gold bottle cap. So if you've got the time, might be worth doing that. What I like to do is save in front of one, check 3. If any of them are something good, save in front of the next one and then reset until you get something good again. I'm not going to do it today because I've got a chain going and I don't want to break it, but you get the idea. You can get some good items out of that. Now the last part of this I don't usually do. It's if you've got some extra time and you really want to cover all your bases of like the best things you can get. And we'll come down the old cycling route, which is now Route 17. And basically we're just going to run through this and see when Eevee's tail wags and run into bushes where it does. I have most of the spots memorized, I may have missed some, but these are where you can get the berries from on this route. They don't really sell for much, but you know, I've got 5 there, so that could sell for a little bit extra. Every little helps. The best things you can get from this route are silver berries, and very, very rarely you can get a gold berry, which does sell for 5k, so that is nothing to turn your nose up at. Now I'm not too sure about this, but I think these are guaranteed to be silver raspberries if they do spawn in, which isn't guaranteed. The same goes for these silver pinnat berries. And possibly these silver nanat berries. But again, I'm not too sure. I don't think these are guaranteed to be silver raspberries, but yeah, not too sure. Can be worth doing this route if you have the time. I don't usually bother though. The coolest thing about doing that route is, it does bring you back to Fuchsia City, where we started today. So you can save up in front of this house and redo the whole thing again tomorrow. Isn't that amazing? So yeah, that's it. That is my favourite route to take to farm daily money in Let's Go before the Elite Four. The reason I'm using this is because I'm trying to get every single shiny in Let's Go in Pokedex order, which means that if I get a Pokemon that I'm not hunting for, then it's a phase, and I can't catch it. Ideally, I don't really want any mons flying around in the air because that means I'll have more phases. So I couldn't defeat the Elite Four because that unlocks flying mons, so I needed a way to farm money to get Pokeballs and lures before defeating the Elite Four. That's why I made this route up, to have the most efficient way of collecting all the daily items and stuff to sell. I know that was super convoluted and it may not have made much sense, but go check out my Let's Go in order Living Shiny Dex playlist to see what I'm talking about, if you're intrigued. If not, use this video for whatever purpose you needed, and have a great day. Thanks for watching.